little snacks, nothing else. Just that. Body was already in samadhi, means overflowing, ecstasy, joy. Just feels nothing is needed. See, when the feeling nothing more is needed is there, you feel like blessing the whole universe. Life is too good. Just understand, having that feeling, life is too good. It's just, that is there. Whenever you have the feeling, life is too good, you are living. I can say, having that feeling, life is too good, 24/7, 365. Sorry, 366 is what I call Ananda, or living in Samadhi. Just continuously feeling, life is good, life is good, life is good. If that idea, that feeling, life is good is not there, whatever you have, what is worth? It's nothing. It's not worthy of anything. It is not worthy of anything. And if that feeling life is good is there, you just know, life is good. Life is good. Living in Samadhi, it has great utility value. Apart from that, you see, when you have that feeling, life is good, suddenly you see there is no hangover on people. There is no hangover about objects or people. Understand how great freedom it is. How great freedom it is. You need to understand the utility value of Samadhi. Only then we will even start looking towards the direction. We will start looking towards the direction. We will start putting little energy in the direction. There is no hangover on people. What great freedom it is. Each one of you look inside. How much of your hangover you have with people with whom you are working in the office, or the people with whom you are living, or the people whom you meet here, there. The hangover, that is the worst punishment. That is the worst punishment. Constantly you have hangover on somebody. The big problem is, when you are physically with them present, you don't know completely how to be open. That is why you always have that hangover. I have seen many times people, when they are around me, they are very sad that tomorrow I am going to leave. They say, Swamiji, in 2 days you will be leaving. We have to be all alone by ourselves. When I am around them, they have this feeling. And after I leave, naturally they will have hangover. See, when you are in the physical presence also, you are not complete. And you are waiting that you will be depressed. So naturally when I am not there, you will be depressed. What else to do? When they are physically present, not only with me, I am saying about everybody, even in an ordinary relationship, when you are physically with somebody, you don't have the courage or guts to open. Afraid, fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is one of the worst things. You are afraid, you may be rejected. And once you are rejected, you can't respect you. That's a big problem. See, it is not only the fear that other person will reject you. If you are rejected, that so much of disrespect will start creating. You will start creating so much of disrespect about you inside you. That's a big problem. You can't handle that disrespect, that fear of rejection. So naturally, you don't know how to be open, how to be alive, how to be connecting. When you are not open in the physical presence, naturally in the absence, you will have that hangover. In the presence also, you are not fully present. In the absence also, you are not completely absent. That's a big problem. And you go on hanging over, hanging over, hanging over. Too many people are hanging in your inner space. That is why the person with whom you are living, you are not complete with that person. So it's like a vicious circle. Samadhi liberates you from all hangovers. There is no hangover. There is no remembrance of the people. There is no feeling, I want them again, want to see them again, or want them again around me. Nothing. It's like you are like a breeze, untouched, unpolluted, just flowing, flowing, flowing. so many wonderful things, starts expressing by itself in samadhi. Extraordinary powers he expresses. It's a pure science. You see, it's like if you study in the field of law and specializes and do some higher level degrees, you will be able to practice in all these courses, you will be able to do all these things, you will have all these powers. Just like that, it's a science. You study this, do this, then you will handle all these extraordinary powers and energies and life. It's a simple science. The big problem is, in the young age, we are not taught, and we never had a time to spend, we never had a passions to practice, so finally we dump the whole science itself as useless.
If you are new to Hinduism, I will introduce. Shiva is the largest worshipped god in Hindu tradition. He is supposed to be the head of the pantheon of gods in Hindu tradition. Hindu tradition has something like 33 crore gods. And I believe that was the population in those days. Each one can have your own personalized, customized god. That's the freedom Hinduism gave for everybody. And Mahadeva, Shiva is supposed to be the head, lord of all the gods, and Ganesha is the first son of Shiva. And I was given the deity of Ganesha, a small deity. I started playing with it, living with it, just like Barbie doll. When you give a Barbie doll to your kids, how they clothe it and bathe it and literally live with it. Morning when I wake up, I'll wake him up from my bed. When I brush my teeth, I'll brush him also. You can still see the deity with a lot of scratches in this area. It's all my brushing. I'll try to brush him with my toothbrush, and when I take bath, I'll give him bath. When I put clothes, I'll give him also clothes, and the ashes and the sandal paste, everything. And when I eat, I'll try to make him eat. Of course, food won't go inside, but I'll put the food in the mouth and tell, eat, eat, eat. You are not eating properly. If you don't eat, you will not grow. Whatever my mother tells me, I used to tell him. And I literally lived with him. Then, of course, in those days, kids will go to school only at the age of 6, so no school. But I'll play with him. He's my playmate. Night when I go to sleep, I'll put him next to my bed. So usually I'll sleep with my mother. My mother will be this side. I'll put him this side and tell, you sleep with your mother, I'll sleep with my mother. And one day I went to the temple. In the temple every day you will see some elderly person will be coming and sitting and telling some story in the temple. There will be some discourse, some satsang, some pravachan. It's a regular lifestyle in this city. Every day somebody will be talking in the temple, giving some discourses, satsangs. One elderly person, he was telling us some story. He was telling a story about how Ganesha ate the food when a saint offered. Let me tell you the story, only then you will understand the whole background completely. There was a elderly man in a village. He used to do temple worship every day to Ganesha. One day he was sick, he did not go to the worship. He sent his son. The son went and offered the food to the Ganesha as usual, but Ganesha did not eat as usual. But this child thought Ganesha usually used to eat. So he forced Ganesha, you please eat, otherwise my father will scold me. Why are you not eating? But Ganesha did not eat. Then this child started hitting his head on the temple wall, saying that if you don't eat, I will commit suicide because my father will scold me, he will not allow me to live. You eat. When the child was trying to commit suicide, Ganesha appeared and stopped the child and ate the food. It's a story. A great saint story. And that child became a great saint. When I heard that story, I was shocked. Suddenly, I felt, then why is this, my Ganesha is not eating? I am being cheated. I ran to the house back. My family used to live just near the temple. I ran to the house back from the temple because I was listening to the story from the temple. Ran to the house back and caught hold of my Ganesha and told him, you have to eat. I tried all my storytelling, everything to Ganesha. He did not budge. He did not eat. Next day I was sitting and thinking, what to do? This guy is not eating. By now I developed the idea is now my Ganesha is adamant. So I was brought up in a large giant family where more than 20-25 kids have grown up together. It's almost like a small nursery. In the house, if somebody doesn't, my grandmother will threaten them. I'll throw you in the well. Center of the house used to be a huge well. The house I was born and brought up is almost like 80,000 square feet. I'll show you guys. From this street to that street. And this side to that side. Single house, that size. And still there are bits remain in the same way, same old way. The house is almost 300 years old. Center of the house there used to be a well. The grandmother will shout, if you don't eat, I'll throw you in the well. That is the idea clicked with me. I told Ganesha, if you don't eat, I will throw you in the well. Habits. So I started threatening my Ganesha, if you don't eat, I'll put you in the well. So I took up that bucket in which they fetch the water and put the Ganesha and lowered him to the water level. From here I started shouting, hey, eat, otherwise I'll put you in the well. Suddenly I remembered, maybe now he has changed his mind, but I have not put the food inside. So I took him out, put the food and put him, then lowered the bucket to the water level. In that level, I'll move the rope and tell, hey, now eat, otherwise I will drop you in the well. Of course, he was not budging. I also did not have the courage to drop him in the well because he is too much for me. He means really a lot for me. He is my friend, everything. My companion, for play and everything. Of course, he did not budge for that also, he did not eat. Then I had the thought, maybe the food he doesn't like my mother's cooking. So I went to the temple, asked the temple priest, whatever they are offering, the same food. They gave the same food. I brought to the house the same food and told him, now you eat. He did not budge. Suddenly, while I was arguing with my Ganesha, it clicked. That saint, when Ganesha did not eat, he tortured himself. But here, I am torturing Ganesha. How will Ganesha eat? That click. I can say, that click was the turning point in my spiritual life. I decided, I will not eat till he eats. I will not torture him anymore. So I put the food, sat. 2.5 days, as a 3-year-old child, did not eat. sleep, just I'll sit. Even in those days, very stubborn. The will was so strong. Did not eat and sat without eating. It was a very strong experience. I could see very clearly Ganesha appearing, and I fell into a kind of a altered state of consciousness. I could see very clearly Ganesha ate. When I opened my eyes, the plate was empty. Because I know the feeling I had at that moment was so strong. The devotion I had, it is like a experience strengthening the belief. Faith was transformed as trust. That feeling connection gave me the tremendous courage and confidence to begin my spiritual journey. Please understand, a Western logic can never understand the Eastern way of living and attracting abundance. In the East, if somebody wants to become rich, he goes and sits under a tree and starts chanting some mantra. You may think, how can that bring richness, wealth? It brings. One important thing is, when he sits under a tree and meditates, when the wealth happens, not only he has a wealth, he has an intelligence and restful awareness to enjoy it, live it. But if the wealth is brought by the violence, aggression, outgoing, then naturally he loses the capacity to live, capacity to enjoy, capacity to own. Please understand, many people are owned by wealth, not owning wealth. Owning means you must be enjoying. If you cannot spend the way you want, if you cannot enjoy the way you want, if you cannot give as you want, then what is the use of wealth? Wealth has two dimensions, Kubera, Lakshmi. Kubera just hoards, and somebody steals and goes it. That's it. Goes away. Lakshmi means rotating, circulating. Lakshmi, wealth, is like currency. It will be in current. It will be in use, in current, in currency. We need to look into some of these details. Only if it is circulating, it can be called as wealth, not otherwise. Manifestation. It's one of the oldest science, very fascinating science. How an idea can be taken, put into the source from where your very body is manifested, and how to manifest this idea into reality. Please understand, Your body has manifested from certain energy which was in your mother's womb. If you are carrying female body, you carry the same energy in your womb. If you are having male body, you carry the same energy in you, at least to reproduce a body in female womb. Whether you are carrying male body or female body, you have the energy which manifested your own body. There is a seed energy which manifested your body. Now, if you put any idea into that seed energy, it can manifest that idea also into reality. In Sanskrit, we have a very beautiful word, Hiranyagarbha. Means the womb in which any idea is planted becomes immediately reality. It's called golden womb or cosmic womb. All of you have ability, capacity to put an idea into Hiranyagarbha and make that idea into reality. Any idea which has been put in Hiranyagarbha, which becomes reality or a possibility, which directly adds to your life, is from Hiranyagarbha. Understand this concept, this truth. You are continuously manifesting, but unfortunately unconscious manifesting. Please understand, all your diseases are your manifestation. All your dissatisfaction is your manifestation. All the untoward incidents in your life is your manifestation. Same way, any untoward incident caused to you, you can change it completely. The power of manifestation can play any way you want. A man who is continuously manifesting unconsciously feels bound, sick, broke. A man who knows the science of conscious manifestation experiences the whole life as a play, game. That is why we say, whenever we write the biography, history of enlightened beings, we say Leela, Rama Leela, Krishna Leela. Means what? Krishna knows the science of conscious manifestation. He plays with it. Rama knows science of manifestation. He plays with it. Buddha knows science of manifestation. He plays with it. When you know the science of manifestation, your life becomes play, Leela. Even now you are unconsciously, constantly manifesting. I can see sometime when people feel suffocated for some reason, something, how the emission of negativity happens in their body and mind. And the amount of emission of negativity, they do it thinking that they are going to hurt the other person or disrespect the other person, demean the other person. They do not understand he is going to surround them as poison and kill them.
Put all your plans into Paramashiva's plane with the grace of Paramashiva, planets will bless them into reality. Listen carefully. By experiencing Paramashanta Swarupa of Paramashiva inside you, every time offer your plans about everything into Paramashiva's Paramashanta plane, and he will bless the planet to make your plans into reality. Listen. I'm just mapping the whole science into words, into formulas for all of you to experience, listen intensely. Your plans dilute your existence, lower the quality of your existence when you get agitated, when your plans trigger your personal fear or greed, adds stress to your personality, and it dilutes the quality of your existence. Neither the plans get fulfilled. Even if they get fulfilled, by the time you are tired, frustrated, bored about your own plans and you don't enjoy them or their result. Listen carefully. In my life, the greatest gift I received from my Guru, Arunagiri Yogishwara, is before even I started developing personality, he made me realize I am the manifestation of a principle. Every plan I have is the plan of that principle. So, every plan, the cosmic principle becomes stronger in me, that made the plans blessed by the planets, and planets made my plans into reality. Understand? Whenever you realize your plans are aligned with the cosmic plane, with the cosmic principles, Paramashiva passes your plans, he signs, approved. Executive order by the President of the Cosmos, Paramashiva, and he blesses planets, execute it with tremendous joy and bliss and ecstasy. Understand? Let me repeat. The greatest blessing I received from my gurus, Guru Parampara, is before even I started developing my personality or the individual identity, they made me experience I am the manifestation of the great principle. The cosmic principle. Because I realized that I saw my every plan is the plan of the cosmic principle. It is from Paramashiva's plane. Simply, planets manifest them. In your life, if you start understanding your every plan is aligned to the cosmic plane, simply planets will make them into reality. Anything which is not aligned to the cosmic plane, you will automatically drop them without any delusion or pain or confusion. I want you to know, dropping your plans is not something difficult or new for you. You always think, oh, dropping my plans is like literally taking me away from me. No. You have done billions of stupid plans in your life, and you should feel blessed that they all have not become reality. So dropping your plans is not something, most of the time you not only drop, you even forget your plans. In a way, that is a blessing.
Consciously manifest the future by planting your conscious sankalpa, decision, your conscious will, by renouncing the SDHD, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. You will manifest your future as you want. Now, let me expand. Listen carefully. First step, renounce SDHD. Tyaga. Tena tyaktena bunjita makrita kasya sviddanam guruvannevega jijivishe chadagno samaha. Listen carefully. It is by renouncing all our silly talks inside. Please understand. It is by renouncing the dream you raise to Jagrat, waking state. It is by renouncing the waking state you raise to Turiya, higher state, fourth state of consciousness. This whole delusion of self-doubt, self-hatred and self-denial, listen carefully. This whole delusion of self-doubt, self-hatred and self-denial by renouncing this, you will be able to look into your future. Understand? Whenever you even think of planning your future, you will see so much of pain about many times you planned but failed. Understand? All your plans are stitching of just unconscious vague thoughts. never a conscious plan. I will teach you the conscious future manifestation now. Take calendar for this whole year 2020. If it is on printed paper, it will be great. If not, at least on your laptop screen. Take it and sit. Listen carefully. It's a very powerful process. I'm going to guide you. Just see all the months going to come. Mark what you want in each month to manifest. Anything great, new, important you want to manifest, start writing down or typing. For example, you want to manifest this by August, coming August, pen. You will see how much of pain coming inside you, that so much doubt, hatred. Oh, many times I tried, I planned, nothing worked out. But never ever you planned consciously. It was always beaten by unconscious self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. Understand? Now, listen carefully. To all my disciples, I am giving you the boon. What you are going to plan now, I will make it into reality. So my powers are more powerful than your self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. Drop your self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. Drop your pain. So sometimes even after Swamiji blessing, I did not manifest it. Stop. Drop all that unconscious, vague thinking. First step, get a printed paper, calendar of this whole year. If you don't have, at least open it on your laptop screen. And mark what all you want to manifest by what date. For example, you want to have double the amount of salary you are having now by September. Mark that. You want to make $1 million by March. Mark that. You want to marry this person by June. Mark that. You want to have a new house by this month. Mark that. Listen carefully. When you are marking, see how much of pain, anger, frustration, doubt, impossibility, violence, all that is flowing in you. See. Be very clear. You never ever trusted your life or your ability to manifest or your future possibility. Your whole inner space thinking was thorough, extreme delusion, frustration, impossibilities. You always, even if you want to manifest a simple thing which you can easily do, just ordinary, maybe a few $100 worth of gym membership and building a body. Just you want to manifest that. Pen that down. Next 6 months I am going to work out. By July, Guru Purnima, I am going to have six-pack body. Pen down. You will see so much of impossibility. Oh no, I tried this for last 20 years. And the first time when you were a baby, when you started walking with baby steps and failed, collapsed and hurt yourself here, there, from that you will start visualizing all the impossibilities and raise the struggle. and convince yourself it is not possible. Why waste money on gym membership? Leave it. Understand? Death happens when you stop breathing. Death starts when you stop trying. Death starts when you stop trying. Death happens when you stop breathing. When you stop breathing, it is called death happened. But death starts when you stop trying. Pick up the calendar. I'll give you a few minutes. If you need, print paper. The 12 sheet. It's only 12 sheet. You can print it. Because today what I received from Paramashiva is extraordinarily powerful truth. He said beautifully, people don't manifest their future because they have so much of anger about their past failure, frustration with life, cursing the life because of their imagined impossibility. When you sit and pen down this 12-month calendar, you will see all that flaring up in you. Understand one thing. Stop reacting when you are agitated. Stop flaring up when you are feeling impossible. Stop responding to yourself when you are frustrated, angry. I tell you, highest renunciation, greatest tyaga is renouncing your self-hatred. Write down on the date, on that month. Keep the coconut on that exact spot where you wrote in the calendar. And move the coconut without touching, just by your will. I tell you, the will power, oneness with which you move the coconut will make that sankalpa into Satya Sankalpa. Understand? Today, it's a unique power manifestation for planning and planting the future. Get printed calendar, monthly calendar, 12 sheet of this whole month. I think last few satsangs I was telling that I want you to be ready with the calendar. Take the calendar. Fill at least 10 things you want to manifest throughout this year. Now take few minutes. If needed, run and get the calendar and one coconut. If you don't have coconut, if you have Atmalinga, that's also enough. Atmalinga will move faster than the coconut. Atmalinga may look heavy, but that's alive, living being. Understand? If you don't have coconut, don't worry, get your Atmalinga. Unprinted calendar. What you want to manifest. Planning and planting your future. Planning and planting your future.
I'll give you a few minutes. Get the calendar, Atmalinga, coconut, everything. Let's start. If you want, you can even have diary. On that you can write and keep the Atmalinga and do the power manifestation. Understand? Today I am going to help you to plant your future. Listen. Please listen. First, come to the space of oneness. Pen down at least 11 things you want to manifest, minimum. Maximum you can go even up to 365. But minimum 11. Exactly on the same date you want to manifest that, pen down. I'll give you a few minutes. Come to the space of oneness. Decide you are planting your future and pen down this. Listen carefully. Don't have a SDHD. Don't have self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Whether I'll be able to manifest this or not, will it happen or not, forget about all that. Pen down.
Swamiji revealed one of the most important secrets in this session, a sacred truth on how you can consciously plant your future. Every bit of what we manifest as our reality, we have the potential, the power to consciously plan our future. Whether you want to manifest breakthrough in wealth, you want to manifest breakthrough in health, or you want to manifest breakthrough in your relationships, the answer is very simple. Consciously planting your future will help you. Wow, Purushananda has posted. I love that Swamiji always tells us all the truths. And Ma Harleen Gomez has put, it's amazing how Hindu gods test our character despite our emotions. I'm penning down things I want to manifest before I am part from my current dwelling. Oh, I part from my current dwelling. Okay. See, understand, Ma Harleen Gomez. Elaborately, the science of consciously planting your future is given. Like you can literally script your reality. But the problem is we forget that we are the directors, we are the producers, we are the actors, we are the everything in our movie, our whole life. Somjul always said, our whole life is like a movie. And you are the script writer for the movie. You decide the climax, you decide the villain, you decide the joker, you decide the hero, you decide the heroine. You decide every character within that movie. So you constantly go on projecting it. And there's a clear science of how we can consciously redesign our future, plant our future. We all learned about this technique of conscious manifestation, right? Where we visualize and 3D print that as reality. Now, Swamiji has elaborately revealed on this science as to how we, as individuals, can manifest this highest reality in life. This process all of us are going to be working on now is called consciously planting your future. You can plan and plan how you want to manifest the future. First thing we need to address for it is address the pain. When we say about manifesting, we have certain pains that associated to it, right? They're like, oh, but last time I did this and I tried it, it didn't work out, or I have been trying for this. It may work for others, but for me, I'm not sure. We have these justifications, right? Ah, how is it going to happen for me? It is in somebody else's hand. I don't even know what is the next meal I'm going to have. How will I plan for my future? We have all these type of thoughts comes into it. We feel it's practical. We feel these are practical issues we face. But understand these practical issues, so-called practical issues, are from the past pain, the pain of past failures. You carry that pain, that hopelessness in you, that resistance, anger, or whatever that comes in. So every time, instead of projecting the reality you want, you go and project those pain. Like for example, let's say I go in front of a mirror. Okay. I want the mirror to clap its hands. I need to clap my hands. I can't go and stand in front of the mirror with my hands tied like this and I can't say, hey, why is the mirror not clapping its hands? The mirror's only role is simple. It is only going to reflect what we do. We constantly build pain and project that pain of past years. That's what mirror will reflect. Are you all catching it?
How many of you are understanding this? If you are able to understand and on how you can consciously plant your future. So understand we're going to do it with power manifestation. First, take a few minutes and pen down all the past pains, hopelessness that you carry. And then you're going to consciously decide. This it's just a conscious decision. You're not going to sit and do even the process of completion or anything here. We're going to use their power of conscious will. Sit down and decide consciously. I am deciding. Consciously, I'm deciding. I am moving all these out of my life. And now I am planting the conscious seeds about my future. take a few minutes. I request all of you to please first sit and pen down. Then we'll move into the next. Nithyananda. Now, let us all move into the next step. We are now going to be seeing how to consciously plan your future. How exactly, what should we do to consciously plan our future? We all have decided now, right? Take any one day, and what exactly you want to manifest by that date. Please take your calendar and you're going to be writing on that calendar. Please start. I request all the participants, please take your calendar and choose any one date. For example, it can even be Jan 5th, Swamiji's Jayanti. You want to become a serving Epitakarta on that. So you can actually write it down in a piece of on the calendar itself. And you're going to keep that calendar on the floor on which you're going to be placing your Atmalinga. I request all the participants to follow along. Jayalakshmi has posted, anticipating to see Swamiji in flower garlands. Absolutely, that I know all of us are waiting for this darshan and for listening to this great news that Swamiji said today in the darshan. Let's all enter into this conscious manifestation. Come on. Who all want, can each of you please post what do you want to manifest? Ma Sonia Rao, you can write just the date, but the exact process Swamiji gave is with the calendar. Huh? Just at least one calendar, you can print it and have it with you. If not, just draw it right for now, but do the process again at the proper calendar and keep the Atmalinga on that date. For example, by Jan 5th, 2024, the Swamiji Jayanti, I want to become a Sarvengapita Katta. You're going to write that desire on that calendar on that date. And then you're going to place your Atmalinga on that particular desire. How many of you are understanding what needs to be done? You're going to be doing this conscious manifestation and consciously planting your future. So we're going to again listen to Swamiji's explanation on how to do this, how to consciously manifest that reality, how to exactly plant your future. Swamiji is going to be explaining it clearly. Listen, and all of us can follow along with this and do this as a power manifestation. Please get your calendars, please be seated, and let's get.
Keep the coconut on that exact spot where you wrote in the calendar and move the coconut without touching, just by your will. I tell you, the will power, oneness with which you move the coconut will make that sankalpa into Satya Sankalpa. Understand? Today, it's a unique power manifestation for planning and planting the future. Get printed calendar, monthly calendar, 12 sheet of this whole month. Take the calendar, fill at least 10 things you want to manifest throughout this year. Now take few minutes. If needed, run and get the calendar and one coconut. If you don't have coconut, if you have Atmalinga, that's also enough. Atmalinga will move faster than the coconut. Atmalinga may look heavy, but that's alive, living being. Understand? If you don't have coconut, don't worry, get your Atmalinga. Unprinted calendar. What you want to manifest. Planning and planting your future. Planning and planting your future. I'll give you a few minutes. Get the calendar, Atmalinga, coconut, everything. Let's start. If you want, you can even have diary. On that you can write and keep the Atmalinga and do the power manifestation. Understand? Today I am going to help you to plant your future. Listen. Please listen. First, come to the space of oneness. Pen down at least 11 things you want to manifest. Minimum. Maximum you can go even up to 365. But minimum 11. Exactly on the same date you want to manifest that, pen down. I'll give you a few minutes. Come to the space of oneness. Decide you are planting your future and pen down this. Listen carefully. Don't have a SDHD. Don't have self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Whether I'll be able to manifest this or not, will it happen or not? Forget about all that. Pen down.
பரிமள செவிகள் அணிவது விண்மீன்கள் படைப்பில் வேதமயம் பார்வை சிவயோகம் நடையில் கம்பீரம் ராஜ நரசிம்மம் சூரியன் விழிகள் சூற்றுமம் வழிகள் பரிமள செவிகள் அணிவது விண்மீன்கள் படைப்பில் வேதமயம் பார்வை சிவயோகம் நடையில் கம்பீரம் ராஜ நரசிம்மம் ஆள் காட்டி விரலோடு பெருவிரலை சேர்த்த விதம் ஆள் காட்டியமையாளும் ஸ்ரீருத்ர சதாசிவம் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் குரு ஈசா உன்னாட்சி மறவாது கைதொடுவோம் தருவாயே அருளாசி சதாசிவ பிரம்மம்.
Then I'll guide you. Listen. Now, I'll initiate the participants who are waiting for today. Samaya Diksha, Mantra Diksha, all over the world. Many people are receiving Mantra Diksha, Samaya Diksha today. After the initiation, I'll lead all of you into the power manifestation, oneness process. Then you will all manifest powers today. So all the participants, even if you are already initiated, please listen to the mantra intensely and chant along with me. Here I am giving the mantra. Please first pick up the Gayatri Mantra card, the card on which Gayatri Mantra is printed, please pick up that and chant along with me. Om Bhur Bhuvaha Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvaha Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Listen once more. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Next is Samayadiksha, Sivadiksha mantra. Listen to this intensely. This is the password to connect with Paramashiva, Sri KAILASA. So listen to this mantra. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. Om
With this powerful technique, today I request all the participants sit and roll your Atmalinga on that day. You will see how the moment you do this power manifestation without any obstacle or even much effort from your side, that simply will become a reality. So, with this, thank you so much for all the participants that have joined us today for today's the day one of Paramashivoham Level 3 program. And let us all meet again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's program and we'll be concluding with the Purnama. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all, Nithyanandam. Make sure to invite your family and friends and invite them for joining us for tomorrow's program. Tomorrow we are going to be having the darshan of Bhagavan Linga Murti, and we are going to be learning about the existence of vertical time zones and the 11 dimensions of the universe. With this, let's meet again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard.